for Astanga Basics. Prop-wise, you might need 1 or 2 blocks, maybe a strap. And remember that nothing should be painful. Rest as often as you need to, and modify as many of the poses as needed. We begin in Surya Namaskar 8. Come to the front of the mat, feet together, arms resting by your sides. Close the eyes and stand tall. Feel the 4 corners of the feet grounding into the mat. You can pick up the toes, spread them out, set them back down. Just distributing the weight evenly between the feet. Squeeze your thighs, lifting the kneecaps. Draw your lower abdominal muscles in toward your spine. Engaging the core, shifting the pelvis into a neutral position. Reach the crown of the head upward. Relax your shoulders downward. And then rotate the arms outward slightly so that the palms face forward. Spread the fingers wide and reach the fingertips down toward the mat. Take a moment to notice how you're feeling both physically and mentally, releasing any judgment, just checking in, taking a compassionate self-inventory. Notice your breath. And begin to lengthen your inhales and exhales, aiming for somewhere around 4 seconds each. Start to add a small contraction to the back of the throat, creating a strong Ujjayi breath. Another way to think of this is as if you're sighing through your nose rather than your mouth. The breath is our focal point of our practice. It also serves to heat the body from the inside out. Gently open the eyes. Beginning Surya Namaskar A. This first round I'll demonstrate modified, and after that I'll do the traditional variation. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Bending the knees as much as needed. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Shift forward, shoulders past the wrist. Drop the knees, lower slowly. Elbows hug the ribs. All the way down to the mat, resisting as you go. Inhale, low cobra, lifting the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hands and feet are about shoulders width, hips width apart. Spread the fingertips wide. Press into the knuckles of the index finger and the thumb. And the base of those 2 fingers. Bend the knees as much as you need to. If the legs are straight, we're flexing the toes in towards the shins, releasing the heels toward the mat. Squeeze your thighs, rotate them inward. Biceps and the upper arms rotate outward. 4. 5. Exhale fully. Bend your knees, step, jump, or walk to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms up, Urdhva. Exhale, Samastitihi. Feel free to repeat the modified version, or you can take traditional. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale fully, bend the knees, come forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. One, 2, nice strong breaths. 3, 4, 5. Exhale fully, bend the knees, come forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale fully, bend the knees, come forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, Samasthiti. Last round, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale fully, come forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, Samasthiti. Surya Namaskar B. We'll be doing 3 rounds. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, right foot forward, warrior 1. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, left foot forward, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Remember, if at any time you need to rest, you can come into child's pose by dropping your knees to the mat and resting your hips on your heels. It's always an option. It's 3, 4, 5. Exhale fully. Bend the knees, come forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, right foot forward, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, left foot forward, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. Exhale fully. Bend the knees, come forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. Last round, inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, right foot forward, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, left foot forward, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Exhale, downward. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. Exhale fully, bend the knees, come forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. Parangustasana. Feet hips width apart, hands to the hips. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Take the first 2 fingers around the big toes. Inhale, look up, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Push the hips up. Reach the crown of the head away from the tailbone, so you're creating length in the spine. If you think of a segment, 2 points of that segment, for us, it's the top of the head and the tailbone. And we're drawing those 2 end points away from each other. 4. 5. Padahastasana. Inhale, look up. Exhale, palms face up under the feet, toes touch the wrist crease. Bent knees are okay. Take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Push the hips up. Create length in the spine. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, hands to hips. The flat back, inhale up, using the leg muscles. Exhale, Samasthiti. So from here, if you're using blocks, maybe take one at each end of the mat. We're coming into Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle. Inhale, turn to the right, step wide, arms out. Point your feet to the right, so your right foot points straight toward the back of the mat, and the left foot's angled at 45 degrees. Ideally, the right heel intersects the left arch. Deep inhale. On your exhale, right hand down to the shin, to the block. Traditionally, it comes outside of the right foot or grabs the big toe. Left fingertips reach upward toward the sky. Chest is in line with the right leg. It's 2, 3, soft bend in the knees, never locking out the joints. 4, and 5. Inhale up, arms out, turn feet to the left. Same thing. Exhale, left hand down, right hand up. Chest in line with the left leg. Keep the legs straight, even if that means you don't go down as far. And you want the core to be doing most of the work here, so you could even float the hand if you wanted to. It's 3, 4, 5. Inhale up, arms out, turn to the right. Parivritta Trikonasana. If you're using a block, take it inside of the right foot. On your exhale, left hand down to the block. Traditionally, the hand comes outside of the right foot. Right fingertips reach up. Gaze toward the right fingertips. 1, 2. Left hip forward, right hip back. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale up. Arms out, turn left. Exhale, right hand down, left hand up. Gazing toward the left fingers this time. Draw the left hip back and the right hip forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale up. Arms out, feet parallel. Exhale, Samasthiti. Utthita Parsvakonasana, extended side angle. Inhale, step wide. Turn your feet to the right. If you're using a block, take it outside of the right ankle. On your exhale, right hand comes outside of the right ankle. Bending the right knee up to 90 degrees. Press your knee against your arm. Use that leverage to roll your left shoulder open. Take your gaze up toward your left fingertips. Pinky down, thumb up like you're going to shake someone's hand. Then pull your left shoulder down away from your left ear. Push the outside edge of the left foot onto the mat, lifting the left arch. That's 4 and 5. Inhale up, arms out, turn to the left. Exhale, left knee bends, left hand outside of the left ankle, right fingertips reach overhead. Gaze up toward the right fingers. Make sure you're not dumping too much weight into your left hand. So you want to make the left leg do all the work here, or most of it anyways. That's 3, 4, and 5. Inhale up, arms out, turn to the right. We're going to modify this next one for Vrita Konasana. Take the hands to the heart. Drop your left knee to the mat. Deeply inhale. On your exhale, twist to the right, attempting to bring the left elbow outside of the right knee. Then start to work the thumbs in toward the center of the chest. Option to start working the right knee in toward the left armpit. Eventually, the left hand finds the outside of the right foot. Option to lift the left knee and flatten the left foot like a warrior foot. Final option, extending the arm overhead. It's 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale up. Arms out, turn left. Drop the right knee to the mat, hands to heart. Deep inhale. Exhale, twist left. Elbow outside the knee. Then start working thumbs in toward the center of the chest. Stay here or start working the left knee into the right armpit. It's getting a nice deep twist. Hand might find the outside of the left foot. Option to lift the right leg. Flattening the right foot. Final option, extending the left arm overhead. It's about 3, 4, and 5. Inhale up, arms out, feet parallel. Exhale, Samasthiti. Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale, step wide. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold forward. Hands on the mat, fingers line up with the toes. You can point the toes in and heels out slightly. Internally rotating here. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Imagine that the hands are glued in place. Try to push them forward. Feel how that gives you a little bit leverage to get deeper into the pose. If your legs are comfortably straight, you can squeeze your thighs, rotating them inward and applying a little bit of outward pressure to the heels. The idea here is not to get the head to the mat, it's to make your spine as long as possible. 4 and 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, hands to hips. Flat back, use your legs. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, hands to hips. Draw the elbows toward each other behind the back. Deep inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Keep your back nice and flat, elbows drawing toward each other. Same active legs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, either grab opposite elbows behind the back or interlace your fingers, seal the palms together, and straighten the arms. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold forward. One, two, three, four, five. Inhale, come up. Arms out. Exhale, Samasthiti. Parsvottanasana, pyramid. Either grab opposite elbows, or traditionally we take reverse namaskar. You also have the option to leave the arms free if your balance is a little shaky. So we're going to step wide to the right. Your stance will be a little bit shorter this time. Turn your feet to the right. Engage the left thigh, rotate it inward. You'll feel that pull the left hip forward, and then draw the right hip back. Inhale. Exhale, start to fold. Keep your legs straight. Your fold might stop halfway. That's okay. Maybe you take your hands down to the blocks. Or maybe you work on the tricky balance aspect of this pose. That's 3, 4, 5. Keep your hands as they are. Inhale, come up. Turn your feet to the left. Square the hips toward the front of the mat. Exhale, fold. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale up. Arms out, feet parallel. Exhale, Samasthiti. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. So I'll break this one down too, give you lots of different options. Stop wherever you're comfortable. Start by standing on the left foot. Get a nice solid foundation. Pick up the toes, spread them out, set them back down. Feel all 4 corners of the foot on the mat. Fix your gaze point on something that's not moving. Start out by lifting the right knee and hang out right here, holding the knee. Option 2, first 2 fingers wrap around the big toes. Option 3, extend the legs straight. Final option, folding forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, make sure you're not holding your breath, and 5, inhale up. Exhale, take it out to the side. This can also be done with a bent knee. If you're stable, your gaze comes over the left shoulder. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale back to center. Exhale, take a bow, nose toward the knee. Inhale, hands to hips, extend the leg, point the toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release, shake out your hips, and switching sides. Solid foundation on the right foot, gaze point fixed. Grab the knee, maybe grab the toe. Option to extend, and final option to fold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale out to the side. If you're stable, look over the right shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, center. Exhale, take a bow. Inhale, hands to hips, point the toes, extend the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release, shake out your hips. Come back to the front of the mat, feet together. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Come forward, feet together, front of the mat. Inhale, Utkatasana. Knees are bent, take a peek. Down, you should see all your toes. Draw your low abs in towards your spine. Shifting the pelvis into neutral. Gaze is up, shoulders relaxed. Can always modify taking hands to heart. That's 4 and 5. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, right foot forward, warrior 1. 5 breaths here. Again, feel free to modify the arms, taking hands to heart. Hands can be shoulders width apart. Or to bump it up a notch, bring those palms together. Gaze is upward. Draw the right hip back, lift it forward. Push the outside edge of the left foot onto the mat, lifting the left arch. It's about 5. Keep the arms up. Inhale, right leg straight. Turn your feet to the left. And exhale, left knee bends. 1. Make sure the left knee does not pass the ankle. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, warrior 2. Arms up and wide. Hips point toward the long edge of the mat. Left knee over the left ankle. Shoulders relaxed. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, left leg straight, arms stay. Turn your feet to the right. Exhale, bend the right knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, windmill the hands to the mat. Step the right foot back, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Make your way through to seated on your mat. Dandasana, staff pose. Extend both legs out in front of you, feet together. Take the hands next to the hips. Spread the fingers wide. Flex the feet and legs, press the legs into the mat. As you inhale, press the hands into the mat, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back and down, and exhale, chin to chest. 1, 2, 3, 4,
inhale, look up. Exhale, reach forward first. 2 fingers around the big toes, Paschimottanasana. Bend your knees as deeply as you need to here. Your legs do not have to be straight. That's not even the goal, actually. I mean, that's the direction the traditional pose goes in, but it's totally fine if your legs are not straight. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Think about the belly coming down first, then the chest, and then the chin, in that order. Check in with your breath. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, grab the outside edges of the feet. Bent knees are still fine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Belly, then chest, then chin. In that order, even though it might not all happen today. 2. If your legs are straight, squeeze your thighs, press the legs down. Pull the feet in toward you as they reach the crown of the head toward the feet. It's 4. And 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release. We'll be taking what from this point forward will be referred to as vinyasa, half vinyasa technically. So on your inhale, plant the hands. On your exhale, step back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. And exhale, downward. Then make your way back through to seated. Purvattanasana. I'll show you the modified variation first. Take your hands behind the hips, spread the fingers wide, fingertips point forward. When we lift up, you want the shoulders over the wrist, so that'll kind of help you figure out spacing. For the modification, the knees are bent, feet are hips width apart. And on the inhale, we lift the hips. Okay, reverse tabletop. Notice that I have length in the neck. My head is not collapsing back. If you're unable to keep length in the neck, tuck your chin to your chest. The traditional variation is done with the feet together and the legs straight. So either one works. Take an inhale. Lift and breathe. 1. 2. Press the feet and the hands down. Lift the hips up. 3. 4, 5. Exhale, lower. And then you can take your half vinyasa as we did the last time. I want to show you a shortcut, which is also nice if you're kind of pooped but you still want to do something. You can cross your feet at the ankles and take your hands next to your hips. Push into the hands, lifting the hips, rounding the back a lot, and then contracting the abdominal muscles almost as if you're trying to touch the tip of your tailbone to your belly button. Even if you push back a little bit, that kind of gives you a little extra. So that's an option over your half vinyasa. And the other option is to just wait and take a few rest breaks between postures. We'll be doing vinyasas between postures, not between sides, as we would in full series. Moving into Janu Shirshasana A. Extend the left leg in front of you. Ankles in line with the hip. Right foot inside the left thigh, working for about 90 degrees here. Reach forward toward the left foot. Traditionally, left hand grabs the right wrist, but grab whatever you can reach. Maybe that's your calf or your knee. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Again, belly, chest, chin, always in that order. And then draw the lower right rib toward the left knee. Pull the foot in toward you as you reach the head toward the foot. It's 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release. Switching sides. Left foot inside the right thigh. Right leg's active. Reach forward, right hand grabs the left wrist or whatever you can comfortably reach. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. This time draw the lower left rib toward the right knee. Pull the feet in toward you, the foot in towards you, as you reach the head toward the foot. It's 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release. Option to take your version of vinyasa here. Either taking it all the way through, or maybe just crossing the feet and lifting. Again, maybe just waiting. And come back through to seated. Marichi Asana A. I'm going to try and turn around a little bit so you can kind of see what's going on in this pose. We start out by drawing the right knee into the chest. You'll have fist width distance between your foot and your thigh. Inhale the right arm up. Activate your left leg. Exhale, fold inside. Then you can hang out here, grab the calf or the foot. If you're going for the bind, rotate the right thumb down, wrap the arm around the front of the right shin, and then reach for the left fingertips or wrist. Then take an inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. So from behind, it looks like so. That's 2, 3, 4. Attempt to square the shoulders to the front of your mat. And 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release. Switch sides. Left knee in, a little bit of space between your foot and your thigh. Active right leg, inhale, left arm up. Exhale, fold inside. Hang out here, or thumb down. Wrap the arm around, reach for the right fingertips or wrist. Then inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Squaring the hips forward, squaring the shoulders forward rather. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release. Pick your vinyasa, your choice. And then making your way back through to seated. Marichi Asana C. Right knee in, a little bit of space between the foot and thigh. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, twist to your right. Attempting to bring the elbow outside of the knee. If that's not happening, take your hand instead. It's just to create some leverage, so it doesn't matter if it's your hand or your elbow. Gazes over the right shoulder. Make sure your left leg is active, pressing it down to ground you. Not too much weight into the right hand. Deep, full breaths. If you want to go further, start working the knee into the armpit. You might straighten the left arm, rotate the thumb down, and wrap around. And then maybe see if you can find the right fingers or wrist. Just keep in mind that the bind is kind of like sprinkles, fluffy stuff on the pose. Really want to focus most on the twist. It's 4. And 5. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release. Switch sides. Left knee in. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, twist to your left. Maybe start working out that space between the torso and the thigh, bringing the knee into the armpit. If you're binding, you'll straighten the arm, thumb down, wrap around, and then connect with the left fingers or wrist. Make sure your right leg hasn't gone on vacation, and we're looking over the left shoulder. Use the core to keep yourself upright, reaching the top of the head up toward the sky. That's 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release. Take a vinyasa. Back through to seated. Navasana, boat pose. So from here, balancing on your sitting bones, I'm going to show you a few different options. It's better to find one that you can maintain your alignment and your breath rather than go to the next, I hate to use the word level, but just because it's an easy word to understand, the next step of progression. Just focus on staying true to your alignment and your breath. Take your hands behind your thighs, lean back, push your heart forward and your shoulders back so you have a nice straight line from the top of the head to the tailbone. And then start to let the toes hover. This might be enough. Maybe you bring the toes up to knee height. You can stay here. Maybe you release the hands out. Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders, and breathe. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross your feet at the ankles. Plant the hands. Lift or attempt to lift. Same thing like doing that half vinyasa shortcut. Coming straight back in. 1. Heart forward, shoulders back. 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, lift. 3 of 5. 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Inhale, lift. 4 of 5. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, lift. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift. Take a vinyasa here. So this next posture is called Bhujapetasana, shoulder pressing pose. And there's a lot of different parts to this posture. I'm going to be focusing mostly on the beginning steps of it, but I'll go ahead and show you the whole pose so you kind of have an idea which direction that the pose heads in. So from downward dog, we enter the pose. Now remember, this is just the traditional variation. I'm going to break this down for you. We would hold here for 5. We come up, straighten the legs, crow, and back. So here is the modified version. You can step or walk your feet forward, trying to get your heels in front of your fingertips. So it might look like this. If that does not look appealing to you, just stand with your feet mouths width apart, fold forward, place your fingertips behind your heels, and then start to lower the hips. The wrist or the palms should flatten out. If they don't, that's a sign that the wrists aren't ready. Now you're going to sit on the backs of the upper arms, look up, maybe 1 foot lifts, maybe 2, maybe cross. Now, if the hips and wrists are saying, no, not yet, stay in a squat pose. That works open the hips. And for the wrists, you can bring the palms together. And then as you start to lower the hands down, keeping the palms sealed so that the wrists are below the elbows. And you'll notice it's sort of the same angle that we use in the arm balance itself. So either one, give it a try. If all else fails, come back here to squat and just enjoy stretching the hips and the wrists for a few breaths. Two more breaths here. I'd like to give everyone a little bit of time to work on that pose. And then when you're ready, release, take your vinyasa. Make your way back through to seated. We're covering about 70% of the primary series today. And we are probably about halfway, a little bit more than halfway through. Take your soles of your feet together. Interlace the hands, place them around the toes. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, fold forward. Keep your back nice and flat. Think of pushing the heart forward and pulling your shoulders back. Don't worry how far you're folding, that's not what's important. Check back in with your breath. Make sure the breath is still controlled. Smooth, long breaths. It's 4. 5, inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Take a vinyasa. Come back through to seated. Bhavishta Konasana. Legs wide. Flex your feet and legs. Press them down. Reach toward the outside edges of the feet. Calves are fine too. It doesn't have to be the feet. Inhale, long spine. Heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale, start to fold. Belly first. Then chest, then chin in that order. And again, the depth of the fold is not important. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, look up. Exhale, first 2 fingers around the big toes. This pose is super tricky, but you gotta start somewhere. So as long as the hamstrings are relatively open, take your hands, first 2 fingers around the big toes, get low, and on the inhale, see if you can pop up. Most of this is coming from the core here. So we get low, and inhale, pop up. I flopped around for a long time before this actually happened, so please don't get discouraged. Just do your best. And then if all else fails, come to your seated, like with your knees bent like this, and then take your first 2 fingers around your big toes. And then just work on balancing on the sitting bones and straightening the legs just as much as it's comfortable for you. Notice how this feels. Push your heart forward and your shoulders back. This is super important. So I'm going to just show you from the side. So we're going to be revisiting this pose in a minute. I have my heart forward and my shoulders back. Nice long spine. Now if I start to round my back, see what happens? I roll back, so no rounding. All right, now take a release and take a vinyasa. Back through. Supta Konasana. So this one, there needs to be a certain amount of flexibility in the neck. If you're okay with Halasana or plow pose, you'll probably be okay with this, but feel it out, and I'll show you an alternative pose if you want to take that instead. So alternative pose is lying on the back with the legs wide open. the actual pose, Supta Konasana. We roll back onto the shoulders. Take the legs wide and first 2 fingers around the big toes. Now if you notice, I don't know if you can see with my hair, but there's a little sliver of space between my neck and the mat and also space between the chin and the chest. And from here, we hold 5 breaths. It's 3. We're going to start to roll up in just a second on the inhale. And once you start getting vertical, that's when it's super important to open up your chest by pulling the shoulders back and heart forward. So on the inhale, we roll, open the heart. And then exhale, release. If you have tight hamstrings, bend the knees instead before you release. And then take a vinyasa. Back through. I'm going to skip the next couple postures and now make our way, well actually we'll do this one. So Supta Padangusthasana, lie down flat on your mat. Extend your left leg flat and your right leg up. You can grab your calf. Traditionally, first 2 fingers around the big toe. If you have a strap or a towel and you want to use that instead, that's fine too. The main thing is to just have nice straight legs, super engaged, pushing the right heel up toward the sky, and the left leg's engaged as well. Notice I'm pressing it down into the mat, flexing the foot. Take a deep inhale. On your exhale, shoulders lift, nose to knee, reaching the left fingertips toward the left toes. 1. Notice how this leg wants to come up. I'm going to press it down. 2. 3. Squeezing the thighs releases the hamstrings, especially important on this right leg. 4 and 5. Inhale, rest your head. Turn your foot out to about 2 o'clock, externally rotating the hip. Now take it out to the side. Left hip and left shoulder blade should stay flat on the mat. Notice how the left leg wants to lift. Squeeze it, press it down. Gaze comes over the left shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, center. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, rest your head, and release. Switch sides. Both legs engaged, left heel reaches up. Deep inhale, exhale, shoulders lift, reach the right fingers toward the right toes, press the right leg down, and draw the knee in toward the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, rest your head, turn your foot out to the left, and then take it out to the side. Right hip, right shoulder stay flat. Look over your right shoulder. Activate the left leg. It's 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale back to center. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, rest your head. Exhale, release. We're going to skip the next vinyasa, next couple postures, and come straight into our back bends. So from here, take the feet hips width apart. Walk the heels in as close to your bottom as possible. We'll be demonstrating bridge pose first. From here, we lift the hips, glue the feet in place like they can't go anywhere, and then push them forward. See how that gives you some lift? Might wiggle your shoulder blades toward each other. Pushing the hips up, pressing down into the hands and the shoulders. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, lower. So we have 2 more to go. You can either repeat bridge 2 more times. If you're working on upward bow, also known as full wheel or wheel, you can do that too. And I'll go ahead and demonstrate that one as well. So the legs are in the same position. The hands come next to the ears, fingertips point forward. You're kind of working on making your way into this. It's okay to lift the hips and then lift up onto the head. You're still pressing into the hands, and there's not a lot of weight in the neck here, so this is acceptable, or you can lift straight into the whole pose. Trying to keep the knees hips width apart. So it's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, release. It's super hard to talk in back bends, by the way. So, next round. Inhale, lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, lower. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll up to seated. Paschimottanasana or forward fold. Extend your legs out in front of you. Bend them if you need to. Your forward fold might even look like this. It's totally fine. Reach toward the feet. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. 1, 2, 3, pull the feet in, reach the head forward. 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release. Take a vinyasa. Back through to seated. Salamba supported shoulder stand. So for this one, you might want to block if you're going to take the alternative pose. Alternative pose is legs at the wall. If you have neck issues or you don't want to invert, take the alternative. So legs at the wall looks like this, or you can even lift your hips on a block and elevate the legs so it looks like this. For our full shoulder stand, make sure you don't have any ponytails in the middle. Scoot it over to the side. Take the hands beside you. Legs come up. And on your inhale, lift the hips up over the shoulders. You might even come into plow first if you want to. Get up onto the tops of the shoulders. Space between the neck and the mat, and also between the chin and the chest. Then support your back with your hands. And then extend the right leg and then the left leg up. So I'm actively reaching the toes up toward the sky. Trying to get the hips over the shoulders, heels over the hips. Your core should be doing a lot of work here. So if you lighten up in the hands, just a few %, you'll feel the core kick in. So you don't have to unsupport your body, but just to kind of demonstrate. The core is working really hard here. Holding here for 10 breaths. Make it to Halasana, plow pose. Keep the legs as straight as comfortable for you, and then start to lower the toes down toward the mat. If the toes comfortably reach, place the tops of the feet on the mat. You have the option to interlace the hands, seal the palms together, and straighten the arms. Stay here or coming into Karnapidasana, ear pressure pose. Bend the knees, rest the knees next to the ears. Your knees are all the way down or almost there. Option to take your hands, wrap them around your thighs, and reach for opposite elbows. 2, 3, 4, 5. Support your back into shoulder stand, and then slowly make your way all the way down. Coming into fish pose next. Move onto the forearms. This is a modified fish pose. Traditionally it's done with lotus legs. We're going to do it with straight legs today. Feet together. When you inhale, push your heart up and take the crown of the head to the mat. So you'll notice the upper arms are sort of angled. The elbows are not under the shoulders. Their hands are drifting more toward the hips. It's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, release. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll up, take a vinyasa. Next we come into our headstand, Shirshasana. So we'll be coming into a supported headstand. For this, it's very important that the neck is prepared. We start out with supported because the majority of your weight, 80+%, will be in the arms, not the head and neck. So interlace the hands together. Elbows are shoulders width apart, not too wide. That's not a good secure base. Seal the palms together rather than apart. And then take your base to the mat. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. This is a great prep pose. You're welcome to stay here the entire time until you feel comfortable going further. If you want to check out going further, take a step or two in. Place the very top of your head on the mat so that the back of the head is pressing against the base of the palms. My palms are still sealed together. Now I'm pressing into the arms so you can see I can still lift my head. Lots of activity in the arms and upper back and shoulders. Now I need to shift my hips over my shoulders. So I start to walk the feet in, allowing the knees to bend and the thighs to rest on the chest. So I can feel that my hips are about over my shoulders here. And I'm going to press into the elbows to lift the toes. Keep the feet together, knees together, and then very slowly working your way up. That little bitty lift at the beginning is the hardest part. And you can practice near a wall. Just use it as a safety net rather than a crutch. If you have headstand down, you can start working on Shirshasana B, in which you flex the feet and legs and start to shift the hips away from the feet, lowering the feet toward the mat so that you're in an inverted L shape. And hold for 5 and then come back up. And then slowly make your way down. Take a couple breaths in child's pose. And then when you're ready to give vinyasa. Make your way back through to seated. From here you can take a simple cross-leg position, which I use the term simple. It's not always so simple depending on your body. So just comfortable seats, half lotus, full lotus, either one. Please don't ever try to force yourself into lotus. Take the hands to the knees, palms face up. Index fingers touch the thumbs. This is Padmasana, lotus pose. Just taking 10 deep breaths here. Lower the chin to your chest. Relax your jaw and face. Reconnecting with the breath if you've lost that connection. Begin taking a moment to check in with yourself physically and mentally here. Noticing any shifts that may have occurred during your practice. Lift the chin, open the eyes. We have one more vinyasa left before we come into Shavasana. So if you have lotus comfortably, there is a fun little transition out of this. I'll share it with you, for those of you that might like to try it. Hands are shoulders width. Draw the elbows in. And then come back through to seated. Make your way onto your back for Shavasana. Lie completely flat on the mat. Arms resting out beside you. Allow your breath to return back to its natural rhythm. Releasing all effort from your body. So no more effort with the breath or the body. Just completely surrendering yourself into the earth. Notice your mind. Notice what kind of thoughts are swirling around. Allow them to come and go as they please without trying to change anything, not judging or analyzing anything. Imagine yourself as an observer, witnessing what's happening inside your mind, completely unattached. all the craziness going on right now in the world with the coronavirus pandemic, this is a perfect opportunity to go inward and to practice what we call in yoga santosha. It's the second niyama, and it basically means to be content with whatever is, accepting things exactly as they are. And that requires letting go a lot of our desires and our expectations. So even though we're all probably experiencing some disappointments, by practicing santosha, it helps us to recognize that every situation is our opportunity to shine, even on the dark days. And very slowly begin to bring your attention back to your breath and to your body, your surroundings. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll the head side to side. Extend your arms overhead, point the toes, breathe in, take a full body stretch. And sigh it out. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. Extend your right arm overhead, and with your knees bent, roll onto your right side. Use your arm as a pillow. Just enjoying these last few moments of stillness of the body and of the mind. When you feel ready, push up to a comfortable seat. Bring the hands together at the heart center. Lower the chin to the chest. taking a moment of gratitude here toward yourself for providing your body, your mind, and your spirit with the nourishing practice of yoga. Loka samasta sukhinu bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy. Thank you for joining me today, sharing your practice with me. Namaste.